Have you ever woken up one day and decided it's time to make a change in your life? Maybe you want to start working out and get in shape, read more books, meditate every morning, learn to play the guitar, or master a new language. The list is endless. You decide to turn this desire into a new habit. The first few days go great because you're motivated and excited about this new endeavor. But as time goes on, your enthusiasm begins to wane. It's fine, I'll just do it tomorrow, you tell yourself. But when tomorrow comes, you still don't feel like doing it, so you postpone it again. This cycle continues until your once desired habit is completely forgotten and erased from your life. This scenario is familiar to almost everyone, but why does it happen? Why is it so hard to stick to our new habits? One reason is that the habit we're trying to develop might feel too overwhelming and daunting. At the beginning, when we're motivated, it's easier to take action. For instance, when you decide to start going to the gym, an hour-long workout doesn't seem that hard because your initial motivation acts as a powerful driving force. But over time, that initial motivation fades, leaving nothing to propel you forward and give you the energy for daily gym visits, as the habit has yet to solidify. That's why, when our motivation dwindles, we're likely to skip the gym session because dedicating an entire hour seems too daunting. Instead of constantly relying on motivation to push us forward, we should focus on building the habit itself. Let me explain by introducing you to the 2-minute rule. When you plan to start reading 50 pages a day, meditating for an hour every morning, or running 10 kilometers daily, forming such habits can be quite challenging. The truth is, most tasks we constantly put off aren't that hard to complete. We just avoid starting them because we make them seem so difficult. The 2-minute rule is about tricking your brain into thinking the habit you're trying to develop isn't as hard as it appears. So, all you need to do is break the big, daunting habit into small, simple 2-minute versions. Obviously, your goals can't be achieved in just 2 minutes, but any habit can be started within that time. Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. For example, if you want to make reading a regular habit, just pick up a book and read 1 page. After that, you can put the book down, but you must read for at least 2 minutes. Many people might think reading 1 page is pointless, but the main idea is that your new habit shouldn't feel like a chore. Otherwise, you'll start to despise it. Subsequent actions can become more challenging, but the first 2 minutes should be as easy as possible. The habit isn't about doing something until you're exhausted. It's about taking small steps consistently. When you start doing something, it's much easier to continue because your initial psychological resistance has diminished since you've already begun. Using the 2-minute rule, your goal should look something like this. Before becoming a writer, write just 1 sentence. Before you speak a foreign language fluently, learn the alphabet. Before running a marathon, put on your sneakers and step outside. All these initial steps are easy to do but crucial because they mark the beginning of your habit. You can't write a book if you can't write a single sentence. You can't run a marathon if you can't put on your sneakers and step out of your apartment. Even if it's just 1 sentence or a 5-minute walk to the nearest park, it's already more than nothing. What's more important is that you've started taking concrete, deliberate actions that will strengthen your habit over time. Eventually, the 1 sentence you wrote turns into a paragraph, then a chapter, and finally a whole book. But you must start with that first sentence. So, try using the 2-minute rule whenever you struggle to stick to a habit. The most important part of any habit is the start. It's not about how well or how long you do it. It's about taking consistent, targeted actions regularly. Instead of trying to build a huge, overwhelming habit, start with small, simple steps but remain consistent. That's how you master a new habit. Writing just 1 sentence is much better than writing nothing. Putting on your sneakers and stepping outside is much better than staying on the couch. Reading for 2 minutes is much better than never picking up a book. Doing a little is far better than doing nothing. Later, you'll have more time and opportunities to improve your performance, remembering that you can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. So, just start, and the rest will follow.